Oh yay, wait up. Ugh. So welcome back to another video. As you can see, my top 10 games of 2017, or my Game of the Year awards of 2017, it doesn't really matter. klaudkil, why are you sitting here on the ground? Well, that's because number one, my PC really crashed. It is dead. It doesn't work anymore. So I cannot edit my videos. That's number one. This video could be pretty long because I cannot edit anymore. Number two is my phone died and it's now up in repair. If they actually repair it, or else I'll just need to buy another phone. So I borrowed a phone of a friend of mine. It's a HTC M8, I don't know. It's a pretty good phone, so that's why I finally, you can see me and you can hear me normal. You don't hear a cracking sound that my old phone did. So without further ado, let's start with the top 10 best games of 2017. And I'll be honest, this list of games are a lot different than I first anticipated this list going to be back when 2017 was started, and all the games that I checked out, mostly also because I got a Nintendo Switch. But let's just start with the first game that I think you really should play. It got under the radar, it's on number 10, and of course it is Gravity Rush 2. It has a beautiful, beautiful world, gigantic world, interesting storyline, great characters. I really like Kat. She is really like adorable. She's not really like, a lot of the female characters nowadays are like sexy, but she's just adorable. And the gameplay is great. There are like a couple of gauntlet missions that took too long and was really annoying or frustrating. Sometimes the game can definitely be frustrating because you can move anywhere, everywhere. But overall, I highly enjoyed the game. It's a gem of a game, and it's really sad that it got under the radar so quickly because of the bigger games that came out. On number 10, we have a game that I highly anticipated. I played the first one when it came out and I was not disappointed. It's of course Dragon Quest Heroes 2. You all know my absolute love for RPGs and Japanese games, and I cannot wait for Dragon Quest 11. Holy shit! But Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is... The first one was really more like a Musou game, like with Dynasty Warrior or Samurai Warriors. This time around, they tried to make it feel more like an RPG where all the worlds are connected. You have really big open spaces. And I think they nailed it. It was really cool. It really felt like an RPG. It has really interesting characters, awesome characters. It looks really good. Definitely do not get it on the Switch. Only get it on PS4 or a PC. Is it available for PC? I don't know. But Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is a game you're definitely going to enjoy if you love like Dragon Quest, RPGs, and Musou games. That was number 9. So on number 8 we have a really interesting title. This is being hailed as one of the best RPGs this year, one of the best RPGs on PlayStation 4, and maybe the best in the franchise. But somehow, this entire franchise, I played this game for about 60 hours. And every time, every one of these games, I played the fourth one, the third one. Every time I get that 40, 50 hour max, I just get bored with it. I'm like, I'm done. And sadly, it happened with Persona 5. It has an incredible soundtrack, great graphics, interesting and cool characters, awesome battle system and upgrade system, and you really want to collect all the personas. But somehow, after about 50 hours, I just felt that I was done and I didn't want to play it anymore, and I never went back to play it again. I really don't know why. This is such a great game. Maybe they're just too big, too long, maybe a little bit too repetitive. I mean, the whole... I stopped in the Egypt kind of level, and I have to admit, I found it really annoying. The whole way of that the dungeons got bigger and stuff. It felt really repetitive, but it's still an incredible game. I still love the Persona franchise, but somehow I can never ever beat one of those. That was number 7. Number 6 is also an interesting title. When I first picked it up, I got my original PlayStation 4. I was disappointed. I was promised a fluid 60 frames and I got a frame rate mess. I checked out on internet and ta-da! The PlayStation 4 Pro version did run really well. So I bought a PlayStation 4 Pro only to play NieR Automata. And after that debate about, because it was really a debate when not only on that video, but also I streamed it a lot and people were, talking about it like, graphically and frame rate was really bad. But yes, graphically and frame rate wise, this game is not really that good. But its story is super interesting. The characters are fucking awesome. Besides 2S. Is it 2S or A2? No, I think it was 2S. He is fucking gay. I hated his section. I really tried to rush it so I could play with the other character. But also the characters besides him, 2B is like now one of my favorite gaming female characters of all time. Not only is she freaking sexy as hell, she is really a badass character and I absolutely love the battle system. And don't get me started on the music. Holy shit. The music is phenomenal. Platinum Games now is of course working on Bayonetta 2 port and Bayonetta 3 on the Switch and Grand Blue Fantasy. I cannot wait, but NieR Automata is definitely a game you should pick up on your PS4 or on the PC. It is an awesome game. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love 2B. That's number 6. Was it number 6? Yeah, it's number 6. Number 5. I could get hated for this or not, but this is just my personal opinion. It's a franchise I have played the last time really when I was a kid back on the Super Nintendo. And I really enjoyed the franchise. It's the biggest franchise from Nintendo, and they were just putting out game after game after game. And I was one of the biggest people around who was always screaming, oh, they're making another one of these games, another one, it could never be as fun as the old ones. Holy damn, I got a slap in my freaking face when I finally started playing Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch. Oh my god, what a fun game it is. Not only does it really look good, it's pretty big. It felt really more open than a 2D game. Great characters, interesting, but really cliche-ish storyline. I like the boss fights. They were not really hard, but they were not too easy. Really cater to the kids. But I don't know what it is. Maybe that is maybe the Nintendo magic, what people always talk about. But playing Super Mario Odyssey was such a fun experience. Every second of it, I had a lot of fun playing it. I only played it for about 15 hours. I know that there are like 70, 80 hours content in the game. There are, holy shit, hundreds of moons to collect, and you can have secret areas and different worlds you can unlock after you get a certain amount of moons. But a friend of mine, she wanted to borrow the game. I was anticipating another game, so I was like, okay, whatever, just go play Mario. She's now still playing it, even after 70 hours. If I can finally get my game back, I'll definitely keep playing it. But Super Mario Odyssey is a slap in the face and really reminds me that Nintendo is still fucking awesome, just like the older days. And I cannot wait for them to put out what they are going to put out next year. So at number 5, we have Super Mario Odyssey. Holy shit, now we're going to the top 5. The games of course, all the games that I point out you should buy. I mean, come on, I'm klaudkil. I like good games. On number 4, we have a franchise that finally came back. Yes! Jacuzzi 0 is fucking awesome! It takes place before the original Jacuzzi and it really showcased what happened that you got into the storyline of the first Jacuzzi, and it's just fantastic. The part with Kiryu is awesome, the parts with Majima is awesome. You really feel, and that's something that I always say about Jacuzzi games, you really feel that you are in a part of Japan, that you are like a Japanese gangsta. No, but seriously, you really feel that you're a part of Japan. There's so much pop culture and culture in this game that, you know, if you want to have a taste of what Japan, I think, supposedly should look like and feels like, you should definitely play Jacuzzi. But the storyline is incredible. All the characters I really liked. I just kept playing and playing, and the storyline is really big. There is so much side stuff to do. Holy shit. I love the mini game with Kiryu, that you're a real estate agent and you had to buy stuff, you had to fight against other real estate agents. And with Majima, that you had to, holy shit, how do you say that? With the bar, and you have to like recruit girls to work at your bar and give them different dresses and, you know, make them pretty so they can make more money. That was so fucking cool. I really enjoyed Jacuzzi 0 a lot. So that was number 4. Number 3, now, any one of you out there who watch my channel, who check out my streams, you kind of know which game is gonna come up right now. It is one of the most played games on my PlayStation 4, one of the most played game this year, and overall it is one of the most played games ever for me personally. It's a game I still play, and it's also one of the few games I actually bought all the DLC, and that is NieR. Mix Onimusha with the difficulty of Dark Souls and the upgrade and gear system of Diablo, and you get NieR. Holy damn, I just don't know how to explain how fucking cool NieR is. It's not a connected world. I like that you had a lot of missions and you get rewards for missions, and they actually, with patches, they gave you more missions, and with DLC, and you got new weapons and gear, and you could customize your character. You can be like a ninja or a Japanese mage. You could be, I don't know, like a badass, really fast samurai, or you could be like a badass, heavy armor, giant sword kind of samurai. It really felt like this is what Onimusha could be if they would make the game, you know, in this generation. But NieR is so much better. It's better than Dark Souls. It's better than Bloodborne. It's better than Onimusha. NieR is fucking awesome. Now, I know there's also a complete edition, and it's now available on PC. You have to support this game. This game is fucking cool. I just cannot stop saying that, how cool this game is. That was number 4. Yeah, number 4 was it. Yeah, 4. Number 3. This is really the top 3 of 2017. Is something that if you would say that I picked these games, you would be like, what? You're klaudkil. What the fuck are you doing? I was not anticipating it. One game I did anticipate, the other 2 I did not. And I really thought about it, but this is the games that I picked. And one game is going to suffer a little bit, and that is the game that's on number 3, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn. When I first played the game, I was like, this is my game of the year. I talked about it in so many streams. This is like the number 1 game I streamed with NieR. How big of an impact the storyline of Horizon Zero Dawn got me. I was totally into the storyline. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I just cannot describe how awesome the storyline and the characters and the world of Horizon Zero Dawn is. Now, we all know how beautiful the game is, and the gameplay is alright. It could get repetitive after many hours, but it's still really cool. You know, even on the lower difficulty, the game can be pretty hard, especially with the DLC, the Frozen Wild. There is a physical complete edition available right now. I definitely recommend buying that. The Frozen Wild really adds a lot of different outfits, weapons, and a huge area extra to explore. But overall, Horizon Zero Dawn just has such an impact. Like, holy damn, this game is fantastic. Holy shit. And I was so drawn into the world, and I really want to find out what happened, what's going on. You know, you saw all these robots lying down and you know, civilization being destroyed, and you really want to find out what the fuck happened. And when you actually found out, I was really sad, like, damn, this could actually happen in real life. Holy shit. And Aloy, you know, first I thought she was a really annoying character. I didn't like her. And I grew to absolutely love Aloy. She's definitely one of my favorite characters from PlayStation. And Horizon Zero Dawn is just a game. If you buy a PS4, you should buy Horizon Zero Dawn with it. Holy shit. Now we're going to number 2. And that is the game who actually put Horizon Zero Dawn at number 3 instead of number 2. It's a game I've been playing a couple of weeks now. Actually, yesterday night, I played it like 7 or 8 hours straight. Only doing the farming of the orbs and just looking if I get a rare blade. Of course, whoops, Samablade Chronicles 2. I was expecting a really good RPG. I mean, I've heard so many good things about Xenoblade. It looked cool. Xenoblade Chronicles X even looked cool. I know that a lot of you out there didn't like it. I was like, if I ever bought a Switch, I'd buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, I bought a Switch, and of course I got Xenoblade 2 with it. I played it and played it and played it, and even 20 hours into the game, you'll still get tutorials of the game, of the mini games, and how the game works, and especially the battle system. I'm still not really 100% sure how the hell everything works. I really try to look at a lot of tutorial videos, but the battle system is really complex, but so much fun. The characters are interesting, the storyline is incredible. Really, the storyline for me is incredible. Finally, a modern, real down-to-earth storyline, not these childish, oh look how big my boobs are, da 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 da, oh you're flat, whatever kind of RPGs you mostly get from like Omega Factory, you know, Nippon Ichi, and sure there are anime styled characters in it, especially Mifra and Pyra, but I mean, I like it, so I don't give a shit what anyone says. I like Pyra, she's awesome, and she is awesome because she has big boobs. Because I think that's awesome. But no, seriously, the combat system, the world is so big, fast, and expansive. There's so much to see. Just like an old Final Fantasy game, it really felt like fantasy, like you're in a different world and you just want to explore every second of it. You really want to live on top of one of these big giant titans who actually live. There's like one of the first levels, or one of the first worlds you actually play in, you see like a gigantic titan head going up and down, and he's still going up and down, like holy shit, holy fuck, this is awesome. And the music, oh, holy shit. If you go to chapter 5, you are going to be in heaven, like really. Not only is chapter 5, that's where I am at right now, by the way. I'm going to Indal, I'm almost there, but just the world of chapter 5, the second Titan is so beautiful, mate. And then the music, and oh my god. I am like, yes, this is what Final Fantasy should have been. This is the RPG I was waiting for. Holy shit, Nintendo did it. Oh my god, this game is so cool. I am now 62 hours into the game, as I mentioned, only in chapter 5. There are like 16 chapters. Only in chapter 5, 62 hours into the game, I cannot get enough. This game is a masterpiece and by far one of the best RPGs I have played in many, many, many years. It's better than the Tales of series. It's better than the Final Fantasy crap we get nowadays. Besides Final Fantasy X, because that one is still better. 12 is, you know, sort of. Hopefully Dragon Quest XI will be fucking cool. And Grand Blue Fantasy, let's hope. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I am telling you, if you love RPGs, if you don't have a Switch, buy a Switch. I mean, seriously, buy a Switch. So number 2. So what is number 1, little klaudkil? Well, I don't have any games anymore. The games are gone. It's when I bought my Nintendo Switch. Because at a point, in like the middle of the year, a friend of mine, he's also a big gamer. He got a Nintendo Switch. He came up to my house and let me play on the Switch. And I was like, holy shit. This is actually a really cool system. And especially because you can, you know, get out of house and just play on the go. I'm like, holy shit, that is so fucking cool. And it started growing on me more and more. And at some point, I worked a lot of over hours at work. And I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to buy a Nintendo Switch. And of course, there was just one game you should buy back then, because you don't have Mario. You know, you own Splatoon and ARMS. There was one game you should buy on your Switch. So I bought the Nintendo Switch and all the games were sold out. I'm seriously, I'm not even joking. All the games were sold out. So I was standing there with the Nintendo Switch and I was like, what the fuck? And I did something that I hate. I got the game digital. It cost me 70 bucks to get this game digital. But it is totally worth it. Spent more than 125 hours. I still play it. It's my number 1 game of 2017. It is by far one of the best open world games of all time. And one of the best games of all time. It's something that if you would tell me like 4 years ago I would say this, I would give you a slap in the face and think, of course not. This franchise is old, it's garbage, it's done, but oh my freaking god. Zelda Breath of the Wild is awesome. It is phenomenal. I don't know why. Graphically, if you play Zelda and then go play Horizon, you're like, holy damn, the graphical difference is gigantic. But somehow, even though the game doesn't look that great, somehow, I don't know what Nintendo did, I just love the world. And in my opinion, it looks beautiful. It really felt that you're a part of the world. You know, sometimes you meet someone else, like a traveler, and he says, hey, hi, this and that. And you meet that same traveler somewhere else, and he actually says like, hey, I met you there and there. I'm like, holy damn, that is so cool. The attention to detail, gameplay detail is phenomenal. Out of this world. Really, it is an absolute masterpiece of a game. I was not expecting this. You know, when I first started playing it, it felt really empty. There was nothing to do. Then, you know, I've heard rumors they're not even towns. I'm like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, I saw a town and I found out there are more cities out there, and the music is incredible. The storyline is pretty basic, but it's still, like, the story is more your adventure. You create the story. But the amount of gear you have each time, you know, I was like 80, 90 hours into the game. I was like, it's impossible to get new gear. And dang, I got more gear. I'm like, how? What? Holy God, Zelda Breath of the Wild is such a fantastic game. So much attention to gameplay, to detail. Going anywhere you want is so incredible. I don't know how to describe it. Just looking in the distance, seeing a mountain, knowing you can actually go to that mountain, knowing that probably there is actually something in that mountain. And I think there is actually something in that mountain. You know, the only thing I dislike is there were no real dungeons. Like, you had this gigantic, beautiful world. It has lore from, you know, it actually has places from all the other Zelda games. But there are no dungeons. There are no underwater castles. There are no underwater caverns, you know, or underground caverns. In all these years, that is really the biggest disappointment I had with Zelda Breath of the Wild, that you didn't have, you know, dungeons or whatever. You had a lot of shrines, and these giant gigantic beasts were kind of the dungeons, but they were not really like, oh, you know, like in Minecraft, like, oh, look, like there's the cave, let's go in the cave, let's see what it is. And then all of a sudden you find like this forgotten castle or kingdom. You don't have that. But overall, it's pretty much the first attempt from Nintendo to create an open world fantasy RPG, sort of. It's kind of like an RPG. And I have to admit, they absolutely nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. I am totally in love with Zelda Breath of the Wild. And that game really just reminded me of how fucking stupid I have been all these years to always, you know, cry against Nintendo that they're releasing the same game over and over and they're not doing anything new. Now, I still think and hope that eventually they will make a lot of new IPs, but holy damn, Zelda is just fucking awesome. Really awesome. I have to admit, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say, I have to admit, this couple of months I have only been playing on Nintendo Switch. Only playing on Nintendo Switch. Like with Zelda, Mario, Xenoblade 2, and with the upcoming Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3, and what's another big game that came out, Octopath Traveler, Lost Sphere I actually got for, or I'm going to get for Nintendo Switch. You know, Nintendo is definitely not done. Hopefully they promised us that they will keep pushing out games, keep making games. There are rumors that the other Xenoblade games are going to the Nintendo Switch. That will be fucking cool. Because I've never played the original one. I never played Xenoblade X. So those are new games, in my opinion. I still need to get Mario Kart. But that freaking game is sold out everywhere. Like, I'm serious. Like, sold out everywhere. But, yeah. This gaming year has been nothing short of phenomenal. And if we look at next year, holy shit. Holy shit. That's the only thing I can say. If I see the lineup of games, it's holy shit. So, these were the top 10 games of 2017. I hope you enjoyed it. Highly apologize if you're still watching that it took so long. It's unedited. As I mentioned, I cannot edit my videos anymore. Leave it in the links below. What are your top 5 or top 10 or your top 3 or your best game of 2017? Leave it in the comments below. I am klaudkil, and like always, you're gonna see me next time. Now I have to put it out.